Hello, and welcome to Once Upon a Time in Black History. I am your host, Tamara Shiloh, author, educator, and owner of the Multicultural Bookstore in Richmond, California, and Las Vegas, Nevada. You can also find us on my website at onceuponatimeInBlackHistory.com. Our shows are sponsored by the Multicultural Bookstore, and if you're interested in becoming a sponsor, please send me an email at tamarashiloh@gmail.com. Alrighty then, let's get this party started. Hello. Today we're talking about Jane Matilda Bolin, Defying Expectations. She broke down barriers, defined many firsts, made her own way despite discriminatory roadblocks, a lack of support, and steep criticism. And in doing so, Jane Matilda Bolin, born 1908, became the first Black woman judge in the United States. As a family court judge, the Poughkeepsie, New York-born Bolin fought against racial discrimination within the system, advocated for children's rights, specifically those of color. The push toward such activism began at home. Her father, Gaius Bolin, was an attorney with his own legal practice. The founding member of the local NAACP, he became the first Black president of the Dutchess County Bar Association. The New York Times reported Bolin loved her father's law books. Crisis magazine, the NAACP's official publication, printed photos of lynchings along with articles. Jane, using the law, wanted to somehow get involved. In a 1978 letter, she wrote, "It is easy to imagine how a young, protected child who sees portrayals of brutality is forever scarred and becomes determined to contribute in her own small way to social justice." As a young student, Jane applied for enrollment at Vassar College. She was turned down because Vassar did not accept Black students. Instead, she attended Wellesley College. At the age 16, she had become one of the 2 Black freshmen admitted. Their presence being unacceptable to the white students pushed them to move off campus. Still, Jane graduated in the top 20 of her class. Although Gaius Bolin had success as an attorney, law was not a field he encouraged his daughter to pursue. He was very opposed to the idea at first, Jane told the New York Times. He assumed I'd be a school teacher. He didn't think that women should hear the unpleasant things that lawyers have to hear. Gaius Bolin was not the only one who opposed his daughter's legal ambitions, although he later gave his full support. When Jane Bolin spoke to the guidance counselor at Wellesley, she was cautioned about the few opportunities the law presented to women, and absolutely none for a colored one. Jane went on to graduate from Yale Law School in 1931, becoming the first Black woman to do so. The following year, she passed the New York State Bar examination. After passing the bar, Jane did a brief stint in her father's law office. She moved on to the New York City Corporation Counsel's office. In 1933, she married Ralph Mizell, an attorney. The couple practiced law together in New York. When Mizell died, she later married Walter Offutt Jr., a clergyman. In 1939, Jane was appointed as a judge of the Domestic Relations Court. She served in that position for 40 years. When she reached the mandatory retirement age of 70, she was forced to step down from her bench. Yet she remained active by tutoring public school children and reviewing disciplinary cases for the New York State Board of Regents. "I've always done the kind of work I like," she said. Well, now imagine that. Thank you much for listening, and I will see you next time. Thank you for tuning in to Once Upon a Time in Black History. For more information on this topic and others, visit the Multicultural Bookstore at multiculturalbookstore.com. And again, if you want to advertise in our podcast for a mere $25, please contact me at tamarashiloh@gmail.com. See you next time.